They have a new biopic with Whitney Houston coming out.
This ain't a film to celebrate Whitney Houston. This is a film to, pay the piper. You want to know what fucking Clive Davis did for Whitney Houston? People forget, before she came to the United States, he sent her on an international tour. She had to use auto-tune to sing because her lungs were so jacked up from all the smoking. She smoked 3 packs of Newport today and still could sing like that. When they did her autopsy, they said there was nothing.
Breaking news, we've just learned that music executive Clive Davis has died at the age of 94. If you think of some of the biggest artists in history, he was behind so many of them, from Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin, Bruce Springsteen, Carlos Santana, Alicia Keys, Carrie Underwood, and so many more. Again, Clive Davis had...
What if the man who launched Whitney Houston to global superstardom was the same force that cut her life tragically short? Katt Williams has ignited a firestorm by exposing the sinister underbelly of the music industry, zeroing in on Clive Davis as the alleged architect behind Whitney's shocking demise. Clive, the untouchable mogul who lived to 94, outlived countless artists he once championed, while Whitney's luminous voice was silenced forever at just 48. Found lifeless in a Beverly Hilton bathtub on the eve of the Grammys in 2012, her death was ruled accidental drowning linked to heart disease and cocaine. But mounting questions refused to die. Defensive wounds suggesting a struggle, scalding bathwater, ignored CCTV footage, and a party that raged on while her body remained upstairs. Katt Williams cuts through the lies with raw clarity. In this pretend business of fame, setups are deliberate, and dead artists generate endless profit without the headaches of contracts, demands, or rebellion. Whitney's massive $100 million deal with Arista became a debt trap, leaving her estate beholden to Clive's empire long after her passing as sales skyrocketed posthumously. This wasn't random tragedy. It fits a chilling pattern where icons become more valuable gone than breathing. From financial strangleholds to bizarre behavior on that fatal night, the pieces paint a picture of calculated control. Fans have long suspected foul play, and with Clive's recent death at 94, the calls for truth grow louder. Katt's revelations force us to confront the demonic machinery of Hollywood, where talent is harvested, exploited, and sometimes sacrificed for billions. The official narrative crumbles under scrutiny, revealing a story of power, betrayal, and unimaginable loss. Stay locked in as we unpack every disturbing layer, because once you see how Whitney was allegedly worth more dead, the hits you loved will haunt you with new meaning. This is the expose the industry never wanted told.
We're here on the Sloan channel, and it says Clive Davis' final words. He, Whitney Houston, and the others are still out there with proof. Remember, I've been saying, since he's gone now, is anyone else going to come out and talk? What do people know? Do they feel like they're safe to talk? Or is somebody else that been put in his place?
The unbreakable yet controversial alliance between Whitney Houston and Clive Davis began in the early 1980s when Davis spotted her raw gospel talent and transformed her into an international phenomenon. Under his guidance at Arista Records, Whitney released landmark albums that shattered records and earned her countless awards, cementing her status as one of the best-selling artists ever. Yet behind the chart-topping success lay a complex dynamic laced with dependency and control. Katt Williams has repeatedly warned about such mentor-artist relationships that mask predatory practices, where executives wield financial and personal influence like weapons. Whitney's personal life spiraled with her marriage to Bobby Brown, public battles with addiction, and mounting pressures that tested her resilience. By the early 2000s, even a record-breaking $100 million contract couldn't shield her from financial woes, as recoupable advances and lifestyle costs piled up debts reportedly in the millions. Clive positioned himself as savior, extending loans for homes, rehabs, and support, effectively becoming her banker while the label's claims on her catalog grew. Industry insiders note how this created a cycle where artists remain indebted, unable to break free. Whitney's 2012 death triggered an immediate revenue boom for her estate and label, with back catalogs flying off shelves and royalties flowing to settle obligations. Katt Williams emphasizes that in these scenarios, someone always profits massively when the artist is removed from the equation. No more negotiations, no more unpredictable behavior, just pure monetization of the legacy. Forensic anomalies fuel the doubt. Private investigator claims of defensive marks consistent with a fight. Expert opinions questioning the drowning conclusion given the extreme water temperature and lack of typical signs. The night unfolded with eerie normalcy for those in power, raising suspicions of orchestration. This narrative isn't mere speculation but a mirror to broader patterns in entertainment where lives are commodified. As Katt asserts, nothing coincidental exists when billions are at stake, and Whitney's story exemplifies how talent can be both elevated and extinguished by the same hands. The emotional toll on fans and family endures, demanding accountability beyond official reports. Clive Davis's empire thrived on spotting and shaping talent, but accusations of mishandling finances and darker dealings have shadowed his legacy for decades. With Whitney, the bond appeared paternal publicly, yet whispers of exploitation persisted. Katt Williams boldly connects these dots, arguing that industry deaths often follow scripts designed for maximum gain. Whitney's final days were marked by attempts at comeback, including Grammy Week appearances where she seemed fragile yet hopeful. The discovery of her body on February 11, 2012, sparked immediate controversy as Clive's pre-Grammy gala proceeded downstairs. Attendees partied amid shock, with Chaka Khan later denouncing the decision as complete insanity, insisting Whitney would have wanted everything stopped. Reports detail Whitney's body remaining in the suite for hours while the event continued, only removed near midnight. Katt Williams highlights how such callousness reveals priorities, business over humanity. Financially, Whitney's estate faced ongoing payments to Arista/Sony for unpaid advances, mirroring Michael Jackson's post-death windfall where debts cleared and billions generated without artist input. This model ensures labels benefit eternally from catalogs, unreleased material, and image rights. Suspicious elements include alleged notes passed days prior, statements about nearly drowning, and claims of visitors to her room captured on hotel footage that authorities allegedly ignored. Pathologists and investigators questioned the official accidental ruling, citing injuries inconsistent with solo drowning. The pattern of artists like Whitney becoming liabilities due to health and personal issues makes elimination theories plausible in profit-driven circles. Katt's insights resonate because they expose systemic issues where human lives are secondary to revenue streams. Family and friends' outrage, combined with public skepticism, keeps the case alive in cultural memory. Clive's long life contrasted sharply with Whitney's shortened one, amplifying perceptions of imbalance. This isn't conspiracy for entertainment but a serious examination of power imbalances that destroy icons. Understanding these mechanics helps decode why certain narratives dominate while truths remain buried, urging viewers to question every polished story from the entertainment machine.
I want to know how many people out there were affected by Clive Davis's decisions adversely. Yeah, he helped to create a lot of stars. But we going to take that abuse off the table? If indeed that was abuse, which it's like we heard rumors for so long about Diddy, and then those rumors started to...
The immediate aftermath of Whitney Houston's death revealed cracks in the carefully constructed industry facade. While the world mourned the loss of a singular voice, behind-the-scenes maneuvers focused on capitalizing on her catalog. Katt Williams pulls no punches in describing how deaths clear obstacles, allowing estates and labels to exploit assets freely. Clive Davis's choice to continue the gala despite the tragedy drew widespread criticism, with attendees torn between grief and celebration. Chaka Khan's emotional interviews captured the surreal disconnect, emphasizing that a true tribute would have meant halting festivities for reflection and prayer. Instead, the show went on, complete with speeches including one by Diddy, whose connection to Whitney was minimal and at times strained. Diddy's subsequent actions that night, including another party leading to hospitalization, added layers of oddity. These details feed into larger suspicions of ritualistic or profit-motivated indifference. Financial records post-death showed surges in sales directly benefiting stakeholders tied to Clive's ventures. Whitney's debts, partly from label advances, were gradually settled through posthumous earnings, yet the estate reportedly saw limited personal gains for years. Katt Williams ties this to a broader playbook where artists in decline become more valuable deceased, freeing contracts and enabling unrestrained merchandising. Official investigations closed quickly, citing no foul play, but independent voices like forensic experts and private eyes raised red flags about wounds, toxicology interpretations, and scene management. The hot bathwater, defensive abrasions, and timeline inconsistencies challenged the drowning narrative. As Katt notes, when setups align too perfectly with financial incentives, coincidence is unlikely. Whitney's legacy endures through her music, but the circumstances of her exit demand scrutiny. This case exemplifies how fame's price can include ultimate sacrifice, with families left navigating legal and emotional minefields. Public discourse fueled by figures like Katt keeps pressure on for transparency, reminding us that icons deserve justice beyond tributes and sales spikes. The human cost remains immeasurable, fueling ongoing debates about industry accountability.
That's going to keep everybody in line. But we all know that all of these deaths have been very, very suspicious. So I'm just going to say allegedly, but hey, the original video will be in the description for you guys to check out more and even subscribe. Let's see what Sloan found. We ain't gonna waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
Whitney Houston was killed, and it wasn't her fault. It was a calculated plan that was rehearsed, funded, and orchestrated around her without her.
Katt Williams' perspective shines light on the psychological and contractual traps ensnaring many stars, using Whitney's trajectory as a prime example. From child prodigy to global icon, her every move was under the industry's microscope, with Clive Davis central to both triumphs and tribulations. The $100 million deal symbolized peak success yet locked her into repayment structures that persisted beyond her lifetime. Struggles with substance abuse, amplified by fame's pressures, left her vulnerable, according to multiple accounts. Katt stresses that vulnerability is exploited rather than protected in these circles. On the night of her passing, strange occurrences compounded the tragedy. A mysterious note, prior mentions of drowning risks, and reports of unauthorized entries. Clive's insistence on proceeding with celebrations, framing it as honoring Whitney, rang hollow to many close to her. Chaka Khan publicly rejected this, highlighting the emotional paralysis she and others felt. Such decisions fuel theories of deeper motives, possibly ritual or symbolic in nature within elite entertainment networks. Posthumous financial analyses reveal how estates like Whitney's and Jackson's cleared massive debts rapidly through heightened exploitation of intellectual property. This shift eliminates artist agency, allowing unchecked profit. Investigators' claims of overlooked evidence, including potential video proof, suggest institutional protection of powerful figures. Katt Williams' revelations resonate because they articulate what many sense intuitively: the game is rigged against the talent. Whitney's defensive family dynamics and public feuds added complexity, yet her talent transcended personal chaos. The disparity in lifespans, Clive reaching 94 versus Whitney's 48, symbolizes unequal outcomes in these relationships. Examining verified quotes and timelines paints a picture of systemic issues rather than isolated incidents. Fans' persistent questions keep the conversation alive, pressuring for re-evaluation of closed cases. This exposé honors Whitney's memory by seeking truth amid glamour's illusions, encouraging critical consumption of celebrity stories. The industry's dark patterns persist unless illuminated by voices brave enough to speak out like Katt Williams.
Something wrong with her throat. Her lungs were so damaged that she couldn't fuel the notes. And it's Grammy time.
Yeah.
And her and Clive had a fight 2 days before. And then the next thing you know, she's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the drug dealer in that gave her the shot.
Delving deeper into the financial web reveals how Whitney Houston's earnings primarily serviced debts rather than building lasting security for her and her daughter. Clive Davis's Arista/Sony ties ensured ongoing revenue streams even in her most challenging periods. Katt Williams articulates how such arrangements turn artists into perpetual earners for labels, with death accelerating payouts. The 2012 surge in digital and physical sales directly addressed outstanding balances, yet full resolution took years, benefiting corporate entities longest. This mirrors predatory practices across music history where advances function as golden handcuffs. On the personal front, Whitney's attempts at recovery were public and hopeful, making her sudden decline more puzzling. Reports from that weekend describe interactions suggesting stability, contrasted by the tragic outcome. The decision to maintain the party atmosphere despite loss shocked the industry, prompting statements from peers condemning the insensitivity. Katt connects these events to profit-driven indifference, where human mourning yields to business continuity. Alleged irregularities at the scene, marks on the body, environmental factors, and witness accounts, were minimized in official findings. Private probes offered alternative interpretations dismissed by authorities. This selective narrative protection raises valid concerns about influence. Whitney's collaborations and rivalries, including with other divas, highlighted her competitive yet vulnerable position. Her impact on culture remains unmatched, with vocals inspiring generations. Yet the circumstances of her exit underscore vulnerabilities even for the most gifted. Katt Williams' commentary serves as a wake-up call to aspiring talents about hidden costs of fame. By analyzing key dates, statements, and outcomes, a pattern emerges of control maintained at all costs. Families often face prolonged battles for justice and fair compensation. Public interest, reignited by Clive's passing, offers opportunity for fresh perspectives. This story compels reflection on how society consumes tragedy while ignoring root causes and power structures. Whitney's voice echoes eternally, but the truth behind her silence demands amplification.
Control, with powerful executives like Clive Davis pushing Whitney to her breaking point, and so-called family members like Pat Houston ready to take control. Whitney had no chance of surviving, and as soon as she was killed, they wasted no time profiting off of her legacy. This is what really happened to Whitney Houston, so let's get into it.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
The cultural and emotional ripple effects of Whitney Houston's death extend far beyond tabloids, touching fans worldwide who saw her as a symbol of unbreakable spirit. Katt Williams challenges viewers to see beyond surface explanations, linking her case to systemic exploitation. Clive Davis's role as both architect of success and alleged beneficiary of loss creates inherent conflict of interest. Verified industry practices show how estates become goldmines post-tragedy, with minimal interference. Whitney's final public moments, including Grammy-related events, hinted at comeback potential that never materialized. The rapid closure of investigations contrasted with lingering forensic disputes from experts citing inconsistencies. Chaka Khan and others voiced what many felt. The party's continuation disrespected her memory profoundly. These actions suggest priorities misaligned with genuine care. Katt's insights into setups provide framework for understanding motives when financial incentives align with elimination. Defensive wound claims, hot water anomalies, and visitor reports paint a scenario far from accidental. Broader context includes Whitney's known feuds, collaborations, and personal battles that made her a complex figure. Her influence on Black excellence in music is profound, yet personal costs were steep. Post-death tributes and sales spikes validated profit theories while families grieved privately. Clive's long tenure allowed him to navigate controversies, outliving scrutiny in some ways. However, renewed discussions post his death at 94 revived demands for closure. Katt Williams empowers audiences by framing these as deliberate industry mechanics rather than fate. Analyzing timelines from signing to passing reveals escalating dependencies. This narrative builds suspense around accountability, questioning why powerful figures evade full examination. Whitney's daughter Bobby Christina's subsequent tragedy added layers of heartbreak, suggesting intergenerational impact. Public engagement through comments and theories keeps pressure alive. Ultimately, honoring her requires confronting uncomfortable truths about the business that shaped her world. Voices like Katt's ensure these stories aren't forgotten but dissected for lessons. Industry rivalries and public statements around Whitney's life provide additional context for understanding pressures she faced. From chart battles to personal disclosures, her journey was under constant spotlight. Katt Williams uses such histories to illustrate how external forces amplify internal struggles. Clive's mentorship, while pivotal, allegedly included elements of control that limited autonomy. Financial dependencies post-contract created leverage, evident in loan arrangements and estate obligations. The night of February 11th unfolded with elements that defy simple explanation, from timing near major events to post-incident behaviors. Expert opinions diverging from coroner conclusions fueled debate, emphasizing need for independent review. Katt's assertion that artists lose while others gain resonates with documented cases of catalog exploitation. Whitney's iconic performances and humanitarian efforts contrasted her private battles, humanizing the superstar. The decision-making around her body's handling and event continuation sparked ethical outrage from peers. These choices, defended as tributes, failed to convince those closest to her. Broader patterns in celebrity deaths suggest profit as common thread, per Katt's analysis. Public feuds, including with Bobby Brown circles, added drama but distracted from core issues. Her legacy of empowerment through music endures, inspiring resilience narratives. Yet unresolved questions about her end persist in collective consciousness. Clive's passing closes one chapter but opens calls for re-evaluation. This investigation honors factual elements while exploring theories responsibly. Katt Williams' platform amplifies marginalized perspectives and entertainment discourse. Timelines, quotes, and outcomes collectively challenge sanitized versions. Fans' emotional investment drives demand for truth, preventing erasure. Whitney's story warns of fame's double edge, where adoration masks exploitation. By engaging critically, audiences contribute to accountability culture. The cinematic tragedy of her life and death serves as cautionary tale for new generations navigating similar paths. Truth-seeking remains essential in an industry built on illusions. Reflecting on the full arc of Whitney Houston's relationship with Clive Davis and the industry reveals a tale of unparalleled achievement shadowed by profound loss. Katt Williams' revelations crystallize suspicions into coherent critique of systemic forces. From discovery to global domination and untimely end, Whitney's path highlights both brilliance and vulnerability. Financial mechanisms ensured perpetual ties, with death unlocking full value. Scene discrepancies and behavioral oddities on that fateful night demand ongoing scrutiny beyond official closures. Peer reactions, including strong condemnations, underscore human disconnect in high-stakes environments. Katt emphasizes profit motives overriding everything, where deceased artists pose no further risk. Whitney's cultural impact, through voice, presence, and resilience, transcends controversies, yet her story compels examination of costs. Posthumous earnings validated exploitation theories while families navigated complexities. Clive's extended life versus hers symbolizes disparities in outcomes. Renewed interest following his death at 94 provides platform for deeper dialogue. This narrative builds emotion and curiosity by connecting dots across decades. Verified elements ground the discussion, allowing theories to highlight potential injustices. Katt's fearless approach encourages questioning authority in entertainment. Whitney's fans worldwide continue honoring her by seeking fuller truth. The interplay of fame, power, and mortality forms a compelling saga deserving attention. As more voices emerge, hope for transparency grows. Her music remains timeless, but context enriches appreciation with caution. Industry reforms could prevent similar fates, driven by public awareness. This exposé stands as tribute through truth, not mere celebration. Katt Williams positions himself as disruptor, forcing confrontation with uncomfortable realities. Ultimately, Whitney's light shines brightest when her full story is told without filters. Engagement with these issues strengthens collective vigilance against exploitation. Her legacy evolves with each discussion, ensuring she is remembered not just for hits but humanity behind them. If this breakdown of Katt Williams' revelations on Clive Davis and Whitney Houston hit hard, smash that like button, subscribe for more hard-hitting Hollywood exposés, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe these industry setups are real? Turn on notifications so you never miss the next truth bomb. Share this video to spread awareness. Stay vigilant.